back to the Together Again Expo broadcast brought to you by Technisch Creative, and I am so excited because I'm actually joined by the Technisch creative woman herself, Heidi Brumback. I'm so excited for you, Heidi. What an awesome, successful event this has been for you, and I know we have just over 3,000 people joining us online, so talk about a great virtual experience, and we're going to get into a little bit of that today. So first off, let's talk about your involvement here at the Together Again Expo, all of the things that you're providing.
Well, when Alliance Exposition came to us and talked, Nicole actually approached me with the idea, and we started talking about what we can do with this, and of course we were like, getting back to business, we're all in, whatever you need, we'll do the production. And then it evolved into the live stream and some video creation and some social media marketing. And so we've had our hands kind of in a lot of different pieces of this event.
I love it. And this is the true power of partnership. It's what the industry is really all about. And seeing your partnership with Alliance and the magic that you've been able to put together in a very short amount of time, by the way, has been incredible. So, of course, planning for an in-person meeting, especially right now, is challenging, but planning for a hybrid is challenging as well. I know there were some conversations in chat about, the attendees online wanting to see a little bit more of what's been happening on the show floor, but that is very complex and can be very complicated. So and as a production person, I totally get it. So can you speak to the hybrid component of this meeting?
Yeah, I think obviously coming back and doing live production, we all know what challenges come along with live production and short timelines and staffing issues and getting back to work and kind of being a little bit rusty, to be honest. I think we're all a little bit out of practice, so we had to get back into our groove, but then to also add the hybrid component on top of that with the streaming and the new realities of the audience isn't in front of the stage anymore. It's very sparse and it seems empty. It feels empty, but there's still thousands of people watching and giving feedback in real time. And of course, we're backstage monitoring and watching what people are saying and trying to respond to things real time. And of course, we want to show as much of the show floor and the exhibitors as possible. So we're trying to work with the resources that we have with the camera crew and the spacing and scheduling, and we're learning a lot and enjoying the experience, and I think doing it was the first step.
Yeah, and that's really what this whole experience, the Together Again Expo, is all about. It's about all of us coming together and learning how to do things differently and do things new based on our current circumstances. So, congratulations to you. I know it takes a lot of courage and guts, really, in this industry to do something where there might be a lot of controversy around it. Just even being present at a face-to-face meeting right now can get a lot of heat. So why was it very important for you, as a business owner, as a professional in the event space, to have representation here outside of course, showcasing your wonderful services, but just even more than that, the message that you hope the industry is going to take away from this expo?
Well, yeah, it's kind of a loaded question, but for me, my husband and I own the company together. We founded it over 20 years ago, and this is our bread and butter. If we don't have a way to work, then we don't have the means to really survive. So the challenge was really to find the ways to be able to get back to business and work with Orlando Health and work with the convention center and work with all of the different creative problem solvers to figure out a way. And I know that it might not appear to be the best idea, but we felt strongly that somebody needs to take that first step and demonstrate these are some new practices that we can put into place to allow us to get back to business.
Yeah, and so well said. And we are practicing a lot of safety. It's all been safe, actually. So I know there were questions.
And it's not necessarily comfortable.
It's not comfortable.
It's awkward.
It is. It's a very awkward way of meeting, for sure. However, it can be done. And that's the point of this event, is to showcase that it can be done. We do have to change the way that we do things, but that's okay. We have to adapt. And that's really what this is all about. I mean, we talked about the fact that folks are getting their temperatures checked. I mean, that's awkward in itself, right? Having someone hold thermometer to your, to your head.
I'll be honest, like the entire staff and our crew
Yeah.
wore masks all through
The
3
setup.
days of setup. That was unusual and
Right.
a little awkward.
And what about load-in? I mean, I'm sure that experience was completely different.
Absolutely, yeah. We went through temperature checks. We all wore masks. Everybody had it on. It was hot. For anyone that's worked in a convention center on load-in day, you know that it's not necessarily air conditioned, and in Florida, that was
Yeah.
very little uncomfortable. But these are the sacrifices that we need to make to be able to go back to business.